Hey, you guys, this is Glenn Martin, aka Doc Martin MD, signing in. And in this video, what I want to talk about is people who are close to you who don't want you to get to that level that you're trying to get to. And I remember before I got to where I was, there were people older than me, coworkers. I'm talking about me being in my 20s and them being in their 60s, and they did not want me to pursue my medical degree. Now, you would think, oh, yeah, well, an older person, they would definitely want to see a kid go and be the best version of themselves, but you'll realize that that's not always the case. Um, Sometimes you're going to deal with people in life that are way older than you that have regret, and they see the opportunities that you have, and they don't want you to get to that point. And I think we all have regrets. And as you get to a certain age, you look back and you're like, man, I wish I would have did that, or I wish I would have thought like that at that age. But you should encourage people to. I mean, that should be a lesson for you to give to the youth. But for the most part, when I was growing up, well, when I was in my 20s, I didn't get that. Now, let's talk about the fear of success. See, many of you guys have a fear of success, and it's manifested in the environment. And usually, you start doing something and you pretty much start getting good at it. And right before you're about to make a breakthrough, all of a sudden, everything stops. Everything stops. You don't know what happened. You don't, you're doing everything right, but all of a sudden, whatever progress you make starts to halt. Some time goes by, you pick it up again, you start doing good. All of a sudden, right when you're about to hit that sweet spot, everything stops. Right? Why do you think that is? That comes from a fear of success. And most people, not most people, a lot of people have a fear of success. But it's not fully external, it's more subliminal or subconscious. And a lot of the reasons we have a fear of success is I don't know how my friends or my family are going to treat me. And I don't know how I'm going to look at myself in that position. I don't trust myself to get to that position. Like, what type of person am I going to be? And these are crucial to recognize, because here's the thing. If you have to change yourself, or excuse me, if you have to limit your potential due to the people that are around you, when you think about it, when you say, I'm going to be all that I can be, no matter what anybody thinks, versus I'm going to lower my potential just so people can feel comfortable around me. Like, I'm going to not reach my full potential just so I can make sure my family still loves me, my friends still want to be around me. Or I'm going to max out on my potential, and if everybody leaves me, I'll make more non-blood relatives and friends along the way that probably went through the same exact thing, who were abandoned by their friends, their family, because their friends and family were also intimidated by their success. These are important things to recognize if you want to get to a certain level. One thing I had to realize is that not everybody's going to like you. A lot of people won't. But then when you think about it, am I going to minimize my potential just to make somebody like me? Or am I going to max out on my potential and go find the people that are like me, who do like me? Right? It's like they say in business, not everybody's your customer. If you're trying to sell to everybody, you may wind up selling to nobody. But when you go and you find your specific niche of customers, the avatar, that person who you know needs your product, when you go and you find that group of people, your business will soar. But if you're trying to sell to everybody and make everybody happy, you won't make anybody happy, and you'll make yourself miserable. I also want to say something else that's really subtle. Sometimes you'll actually have friends that want you, that you'll talk to them, and throughout the process, they'll seem supportive. When you complain to them about the struggles, they'll tell you, man, just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep going. You know, I believe in you. Keep going. Oh, man, I know it's hard. Just keep going. But as soon as you hit that pinnacle that you're trying to reach, all of a sudden, they become distant. I've had friends like that. As soon as you get to where you're trying to go, all of a sudden, they're not happy. But see, that would make sense, because why would they not be happy if they were egging you on to keep doing what you're doing? Well, here's the thing. Whenever you watch a movie, you have a beginning, you have a main character, you have a setup, you have a beginning, you have the conflict, you have the struggle, and then eventually what happens is that main character, they get over that hump, which is the interesting part. They get over that hump where you're rooting for them, and then the end of the movie happens. Happily ever after. But if that movie extended another hour without conflict, without a happily ever after, it would get boring. It's like we need conflict. And I think that's another reason why you'll see you have friends that seem supportive, and once you get to where you're going, it's almost like, all right, so the struggle is gone. You got your happy ending. What about mine? What about my happy ending? I remember I told a friend that, and soon as I told her I got into med school, she was like, you know, I'm happy for you, but now I'm thinking about what about when is it my turn to do what I'm trying to do? Literally in the same conversation. Right after I told her I got into medical school, she went straight into her, but was supportive the entire time. And then there's also the idea that once you get to that point, you don't need them anymore. And people want to feel needed. I say all that to say that stay focused, max out on your potential. If you're scared of success, you'd be right to be scared of success, because you have to make decisions that are best for you that won't be easy. And that's scary. And anytime you have a growth spurt, it's supposed to be scary. But just know you'll get over it. You wouldn't be the first person that lost your friends or lost close people to you, not from death, but from envy, or they felt like you shined a mirror on them and they realized that they weren't doing enough. So instead of doing more, they rather ridicule you and push you away. You wouldn't be the first person that happened to. It happened to me. It happened to any famous person that you know. But at the end of the day, you have to make a choice. Do you want to make people happy and not be who you're supposed to be? Or do you want to be who you're supposed to be, regardless of who's angry or not, and then go meet the other people that are in your tribe? Anyway, I'm Doc Martin, MD, signing out.